Yo, what up, guys? We got the mother Munib over here. We went to farm school together. Homie bought me the fucking coffee from Starbucks. Shit, that's true homie right there. Honestly, we just came back from like a black club yesterday. We had mad fun. True homie came out.
Park Avenue, man, that's where it was. It was in Dallas. You guys never been to Dallas? Check it out.
Dude, people are hella nice and it was hella lit, dude. But anyways, so for you guys that don't know, I went to school with Munib. We went to MCPHS. We've been day one homies. Like, dude, I remember this one time we saved this girl's like purse from being stolen and shit at Starbucks. We chased after that fool and we bitched out because he probably had a gun or something. But we got that girl's purse back.
Do you remember that though? He was just like, he just walks out with it, and then we both went, hey, you took that girl's bag, and then we chased him.
Yeah, but that fool was hella fat, dude.
How about that?
Yeah.
I did see him 3 days afterwards though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but then who are you gonna call? What cops? But do you remember that cops apprehended the wrong guy?
Oh, what? Yeah, they pulled some other white dude. The reason why I pulled Munib is because he's actually worked at an independent and he works at a retail chain right now. And so I wanted to get a breakdown of the reality versus expectations, your favorite ass series between independent and retail. Before we start, tell me a little bit about your like independent experience.
Well, growing up, I used to work for this one independent back in New York.
New York, you can't tell by his accent, son. Shit.
New York, you know.
Yeah.
But it was serving a local community or whatnot, but that's how most independents are, based out of, when you have your projects and your Section 8, that little one community store.
Yeah.
Or it could be anywhere, but then you have corporate that grows right beside it, and corporate steals all the business.
Yeah.
Unless it's a small community,
yeah,
your niche can really grow.
How long did you work at that independent and stuff like that? Like, from what age were you working?
Since I was a little kid, man, I used to run a lotto machine.
Dang, son, shit.
Yeah, man, we got that convenience stuff going on too,
yeah. So, no racial. So how reality versus expectation works, you're gonna tell me 5 things that you thought before going into independent and chain. So what's the first thing on your mind?
Well, customer service.
Okay.
So customer service was very different for independent versus retail. In retail, it's very
or chain, right?
Yeah, chain. For a chain pharmacy, right? Independent is retail.
Yeah.
So in independent versus chain pharmacy, so chain is everything looks good on paper. Yeah, we're gonna get out in 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not real, because for starters, you're always short-staffed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're always short-staffed, and then people bring you something with 4 scripts on it, or 5 scripts on it, and then you promise them 20 and you don't get out in 20. You tell people an hour and a half, they want to have a heart attack. Like, I can't wait an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I can't even wait an hour. Why? And you're just looking at their face like, dude, do you not realize there are other people before you?
Yeah.
Versus at an independent, you tell everybody 30 minutes. All right, 30 minutes, you'll have it done? Yeah, 30 minutes. Just get out of my face. I just gotta get it done.
I feel like the reason why you can do that too is because when you're at a like mom and pop type of thing, like you have this certain trust with them already.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like be so stringent and stuff, because if you're coming from a chain, there's so many different random ass people coming into your setting, so like a lot of the people, like, you have your regulars, but then there's a lot of people who go to that chain but go somewhere else, you know what I mean? And so it's like a stranger every single time. But if it's like your mom, if it feels like your fucking mom or aunt or like brother or whatever, like that family type of feel, maybe that's why they're so understanding, like you said.
Yeah, and it's definitely that connection that you build with your customers. You've been seeing Mr. John Smith for like the past 20 years,
Yeah.
Or Rhonda Smith.
Yeah.
Let's use a whole variety of names,
Yeah. So you said first thing, customer service. All right. What's the second thing then?
So let's see. We got customer service down. We have the downside would be benefits. With the corporate, they set all that up for you with the 401k plan and insurance. You know, and if you work in a hospital, you get a pension, you know, but
Yeah.
that's separate. We're just keep it strictly to retail only.
Yeah.
But say you work for CVS or Walgreens or Rite Aid or any type of supermarket type pharmacy,
Yeah.
they'll get all that for you.
Yeah.
But you're left scrambling by yourself. If you own your own independent or you work for an independent, you don't have that access.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go out of your own way, and it could be very costly.
Well, I'm sure if you're like doing, if you're trying to go on vacation and stuff too, like you don't have those benefits because if you're, especially if you're owner, like if you're a straight up owner, it's a lot different. And I feel like the money in independent, you don't have enough to like pay. Do you have enough to like pay your employees as much, like the sick leaves and stuff? It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be like maybe like the third point. You know what I mean? Like flexibility.
Yeah.
Because I'm a floater right now for, you know, XYZ chain pharmacy, and I can pretty much take off whenever I want. You know.
Yeah.
I take off unpaid time off. I don't care. Like literally sometimes, and then, you know, I've never called in sick in my life. All my sick days are just piling up.
Yeah.
You know, so anytime I want to go, they're always working with me. That's why I refuse to be staff or a manager, because they have it very difficult, it seems like.
Yeah.
But I do work at a store. They work 8 on and 6 off, but they do 10-hour shifts daytime, which is very rewarding for them.
Yeah. That's dope. I mean, like as a pharmacy manager and stuff, like I know what you mean, because even to get like any time off, because you're the one in charge and shit, so you gotta take care of the pharmacy because you're responsible for it. Also legally as well.
Right, and then the other bad thing about, it's not completely bad, it's just when you're a pharmacist, like in your own pharmacy, you have to be the man on top, be on top of what you're ordering and, you know, limiting your supply and your expenses, because your employees could tank your business if you don't keep an eye on it. You have to be very much on top of things.
I think that's the fourth thing. I'll probably like. Let's talk a little bit about the business aspect, like how you have to manage the business and whatnot.
Well, for starters, the great thing about it being an independent is you're your own boss.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to take shit from the guy on top or the guy on top from him.
Yeah, that's true. Like, because I'm not sure if you guys know, but a lot of any corporate company, there's always this like hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
And you need it. Like when you're controlling, like when you have an organization with hundreds of thousands of employees, there has to be some sort of order, you know? But I just feel like independent, isn't there a lot more flexibility with that?
Yeah, with independent, yeah, again, like you're doing whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? But there are other aspects to it that can be challenging, like we were talking about the managing your expenses, you know, managing your budget.
Yeah.
Corporate does that for you.
Yeah.
You know, for corporate, I just show up in chain pharmacy, I just show up, I work and I leave.
Yeah.
But with an independent, I might have to stay extra or whatnot, and because every little thing for my business counts.
Yeah. And so what's the final thing that you wanted to say?
Final thing?
Yeah.
It's very rewarding though to own your independent in the long run.
Yeah. What's the most rewarding, because we hear that all the time, like, oh, it's rewarding to be your own boss. But what does that mean? What does that look like for you?
Well, rewarding can mean that you just show, I mean, like, again, it's all tied in together, you know, long term, but depends on how much of a paper chaser you are, you know?
Yeah.
You know, are you comfortable with making 120 grand out of school? Or by the way, now corporate cut it down to, depending on the chain you work for.
Yeah.
If you're just a regular floater, you just have to do 64 hours per 2 weeks.
What?
So you're making less than 100 now.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
they're cutting it because the pharmacy bubble's about to burst.
Yeah.
So now they can manipulate what they want to pay you out. For XYZ chain pharmacy, they get rid of old managers who they pay a lot. You know, hire these new young guns who they pay less.
Yeah.
But when you're working at an independent, you make your own money.
Yeah.
And there is no ceiling on how much you can make. You can incorporate all these services, and you're making that top dollar.
I think also, like, I think there comes a real satisfying feeling when you kill what you eat. It's like being a fucking hunter and shit.
Exactly.
Fucking savage and fucking kill shit. But like, I mean, like even me, like as a growing entrepreneur right now, I think like there's great satisfaction when you pick up that check, knowing that you're the one that made this happen.
Exactly.
You know, and it's a fucking
right. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
And it's appreciation, man. I want let's say Jamel Smith, or Jamel Robinson, or again John Smith, Jane Smith. I want them to be appreciative. Be like, Manib did that. You know what I mean? Not that floater at XYZ Pharmacy who's unappreciative, you know what I mean? Who they're never gonna see my face again.
Yeah.
They just seem a little more unappreciative in a chain pharmacy.
Yeah.
Because all they have to do is if they're unpleased, 1-800, whatever. It's 1-800-CBS, 1-800 Walgreens, 1-800 Rite Aid. But with me, it's more like, you know, you'll get a little Kristen match, whatever it is, you know, and then, all right, you know, but I still want to stay with you, you know, but they're appreciative of what you've done for them.
Yeah.
They're not that appreciative, man. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
We had this one guy, this one pharmacist. They're supposed to charge a delivery fee.
Okay.
He wasn't doing it. He would bring it because he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of nice Muslim pharmacists. I'm gonna throw it out there too, you know,
Yeah.
'cause Muslim people love doing these type of acts of customer like charity and whatnot.
Kindness, right? Yeah.
Yeah, kindness. And what happened was one day he didn't do it. You know what the lady does? Calls 1-800. And then the district manager gets on this. I want you to address this right away. And he's like, oh my God, like people aren't this thankful. I'm like, man, this sucks because one time you don't do it, people flip a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It's really crazy how you see so many different sides of people. Like you have the fucking scumbags of the earth on one side, and then there's those sweet ass people that bring you like fucking cookies for like.
Yeah, that's like, what it is. That's what it is, you know? And the other thing with it too is with independent, it all goes back to that trust issue, you know, whatnot, co-pays. You know your customer will pay you back. Yeah. Meanwhile, if I work for corporate or a chain, like, they need money. Yeah. You know, they need money. $11.99, $4. Yeah. I need that $4, and they're looking at you like, but I don't have it. I could pay you back Friday. Sorry, no medicine. You know, how unethical is that? And we charge all these outrageous prices versus we could cut them a deal somewhere else. Yeah. You know, but you can't even tell them go to Walmart. You can't tell them go to Walgreens. You can't tell them go to CVS because technically you're speaking out against your own company then, you know, but it is unethical. Yeah. There's a lot of unethical that goes on in chains. You know?
I think you bring up a really good point. I think like the main difference between independent and chain pharmacy is that it gives you a lot more flexibility to help your patients out, and that's the general theme I'm like getting. Yeah, it can be really fucking hard, but at the end of the day, the reason why it's so rewarding is because you can figure out all these creative ass ways to sort of help out your patients, you know. And I think that's why you like it so much, is because you know you tell me stories about the delivery stuff, and then you just tell me about like hooking a homie up with like, hey, you know what? Just pay me on Friday or something like that. That goes a long way. And I think that ties into the wait times that we were talking about and stuff. Because we do, like, if you're independent, you're doing them a homie hookup right there.
Yeah, that's what it is overall. And then you just get this general sense of well-being. Yeah, I'm helping all these people out, you know. But man, like I'm telling you, I might do between 100 to 200 at an independent. Yeah. But then I'm doing 500, but I'm sorry. Give me a name.
We'll call her Princess. We'll make her black.
Let's call her Princess. I don't know if I want to race generalize, but Princess. Okay, so Princess, I'm sorry. I just don't have the time to even talk to you. I'll try to make time for you. You know, it's just. My hands are tied up. Yeah. You know, I'm pretty much the only one usually always answering phone calls. Yeah. Yeah, my texts don't do it.
What? Your texts don't?
My texts don't like answering phones some stores I go to, man. And it's just like, it's only me. And then I get tied down and they're wondering, I always have a New York attitude. Yeah. You know, when I work in Texas. 30 seconds or less. How you doing? How can I help you? What do you want? Let me go. And people don't like that. You're being rude. I'm saying, I'm sorry, but I'm talking to 10 different people at once. What do you want, you know? Yeah. I'll even have 15-minute sit-downs with my customers just to consult them on anything, you know? Yeah. Make good lifestyle changes. Yeah. You know, I don't see a whole lot of pharmacists doing that, but I try to do that, but still, I can't.
Yeah.
It's not enough time.
It's tough. Sometimes you gotta pick and choose your battles, man.
Yeah.
And you can't make, at the end of the day, you can't make everyone happy.
Yeah.
But what I always try to do is like, you know, I spend a lot of time focusing on one patient at a time and giving them the best service, you know? So like if they're standing in line, they're like, oh, this guy, he's very thorough. Maybe maybe it takes a little longer, but at least he's like, he has the best intentions, you know?
Exactly.
I think that's the best way to go about it.
And you know, in Texas, we have barcodes we have to scan out. Barcodes or thumbprints. You know?
Fuck?
Yeah, we have those for consultation.
Oh, yeah, we have something very
In
similar.
California, you have to remove, what is it?
I have to scan like my barcode.
That you
so.
consulted them?
Yeah, exactly.
So the supermarket pharmacy you work for,
Yeah.
they, is it high volume or is it low volume?
I would say it's on lower volume. Lower
It's on low
volume.
volume.
Yeah.
See, you have that. If I'm working at a 24-hour store, wherever I'm working,
Yeah.
and again, there's 600 people. There's 3 people in drive-through. There's 7 people in line. There's 5 people call. How many people can I get to? I'm just gonna go insane, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. But yeah, I mean, it gets crazy managing all those things. But
managing.
I think so. Let's recap everything that we talked about. So we talked about customer service. We talked about the flexibility. We talked about the benefits. What else we talked about? The homie hookups. The homie hookups.
Rewards.
Was there anything else? I'm pretty sure there's more shit that we talked about.
Rewards, but I can't remember. We're all over the place.
I know.
Last night we was lit.
2 turns up, man.
2 turned up.
Sober
That's
too.
what it was.
I was sober at least. You were sober too, right?
I'm sober too. No drinking.
No drinking,
No
man.
drinking.
I'm not a good boy over here. But anyways, guys, if you like
Does coffee count?
Coffee? Yeah, we drank 4 cups of coffee.
Yeah, we drank 4
Fucking-
cups of coffee and we were just gone.
Anyways, guys, if you like Manib, I'll put his info in the description and stuff so you can follow him. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you got any more questions for Manib, please leave a comment below. He's a down-ass homie from New York, and I thank you, man, for being on my channel, man.
Not a problem.
All right,
Thank you.
peace, guys.